Chapter 12 Natural Resources. Let's know meaning of resources, types of resources, renewable and non-renewable resources. Pranav, why are you not turning off the tap? I will do that when I brush my teeth. The water is overflowing from the bucket too. I have to take bath. Don't you realize how much water is wasted like this? Water is precious. But there is so much water in the rivers and oceans. We can use that water. I will be cautious in future, and the water of the oceans and seas is unfit for use as it is too salty. The quantity of usable water is very less. We need to save every drop of water, otherwise we shall have to face problems. Natural resources. Natural resources are the things that exist freely in nature for the humans to use. They are available in the nature around us without the action of mankind. They need not to be produced or generated. They help in the survival of all life forms on the earth, including humans, animals, and plants. These resources include land, rocks, forest, water, fossil fuels, animals, minerals, sunlight, and air. Natural resources provide basic life on the earth. Humans use the natural resources to produce other components and materials found in the environment. The natural resources can be used as they occur naturally or can be transformed into a usable form. A natural resource may exist as a separate entity, such as fresh water, air, living organisms like fish, or it may occur in a processed form to obtain the resource like metal ores, petroleum, etc. Some natural resources can be found everywhere. They are called ubiquitous resources. For example, sunlight and air. On the other hand, some resources are found only in some particular areas. Such resources are called localized resources. For example, petroleum is not found in every place on the earth. On the basis of origin, natural resources can be grouped into two categories. Biotic resources. These resources are obtained from the living materials like forest and animals, for example, coal, petroleum, etc. Abiotic resources. These resources are obtained from the non-living materials, for example, land, water, etc. Factopedia. Potential resources are the resources that exist but are not put into use at present. They may be used in the future. Renewable and non-renewable resources. Natural resources. Renewable resources. Plants. Animals. Non-renewable resources. Minerals. Fossil fuels. Soil. Renewable resources. Renewable or inexhaustible resources are those resources that are constantly available like air and water. They can be replaced or recovered in a short span of time like the vegetative lands. Animals are also a renewable resources as they produce offsprings to replace the adult animals. Renewable resources are not majorly affected by human consumption. There may be some resources that do not recover rapidly and can be depleted by overuse. The rate of recovery of the renewable resources is more than its rate of consumption. Oxygen, water, solar energy are all examples of renewable resources. They also include commodities like wood, paper, and leather. The use of these resources does not produce pollution or contribute to global warming. The use of these resources is increasing worldwide. Non-renewable resources. A non-renewable or exhaustible resources is one that does not renew at a rapid pace. It is used up faster than it can be made by nature. Once it is fully consumed, there is no more of it available for the future generations. They cannot be substituted or recovered once they have been utilized. Fossil fuels and minerals are examples of non-renewable resources. Some animals that are on the verge of extinction are also included in this category. Even though minerals are obtained from nature through the rock cycle, they take thousands of years to form again, due to which they are considered non-renewable. These resources need to be used sensibly and judiciously to leave some for the future generations. So, we need to explore and use some alternative sources of energy that are available in abundance and can be replenished quickly. Factopedia. Carbon is the main element in fossil fuels. So, the period during which they were formed, that is 360 to 300 million years ago, is called Carboniferous period. Types of renewable resources. Solar energy. Solar energy is the energy of the sun. It is a never-ending source of energy. It is used for heating like solar cooker, generating electricity, evaporation of seawater to obtain salt, lightning. Wind energy. Energy of wind has been used since ancient times to move ships, pump water, grinding corn and grain into flour. Now wind turbines change wind energy into electricity. A large area with many windmills is called a wind farm. Water energy. Energy of water is called hydropower. It is used in dam where water is made to fall on the turbines from a height. It produces electricity called hydroelectricity. It can be carried through wires. Geothermal energy. There is an unlimited resource of heat and steam inside the Earth's surface. It is used to produce steam that goes up a pipe and pushes a turbine to produce electricity. It is best used in places where the Earth's crust is not very thick. Biomass. Biomass is the energy from plants. Unfortunately, the most popular way is burning of trees for cooking and warmth. Methane generation and production of alcohol for automobile fuel are some of the modern forms of biomass energy. Types of non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources are very limited in supply. They are obtained from the earth and take millions of years to develop. Some of them are coal. Coal is a major fossil fuel. It is created by compressed organic matter. It is solid like a rock and is obtained by mining. Out of all the countries, China produces the maximum coal. It is used for heating and running power plants. Petroleum. Petroleum or crude oil is in the liquid form. It is found between the layers of the Earth's crust. It is obtained by drilling deep into the ground and the liquid is pumped out. It is then refined and used to create different products like petrol, diesel, kerosene, paraffin wax, etc. Minerals and metal ores. Minerals and metal ores are non-renewable resources as they take millions of years to form. They are used at a faster rate than they are formed. They are present in ample amount in the Earth's crust. They are processed by heat, pressure, and other geological processes. Then they become viable to extract. All these processes take a long time for the resource to be formed. This process releases a lot of harmful gases into the atmosphere that are unhealthy. Other forms of energy. Energy from tides, oceans, and hot hydrogen fusion are used to produce electricity. Threats to natural resources. The major factor that pose a great threat to the natural resources are increasing population and pollution, global warming, deforestation, depleting ozone layer, acid rain, dumping of chemicals into the oceans, extinction of certain species, conservation of natural resources. To enjoy the natural resources and save them for the future generation, we need to conserve the natural resources. Here are some ways to do this. Use alternative sources of energy like solar and wind energy. Plant trees to prevent soil erosion. Avoid wastage of water. Use pipeline to transport oil as it avoids leakage. Waste from houses and industries must be treated before releasing into the water bodies. Practice rainwater harvesting. using biogas and biofuels as they reduce pollution, use paper or cloth bags instead of plastic bags, recycle the waste, preserve endangered plants and animal species. Time to recall. Natural resources are the things that exist freely in nature for the humans to use. They include land, rocks, forests, water, fossil fuels, animals, sunlight, air, etc. Natural resources can be transformed into a usable form. Ubiquitous resources are found everywhere, whereas localized resources are found in a particular area. Biotic resources are obtained from living materials, but abiotic resources are obtained from non-living materials. Renewable resources can be replenished in a short time, but non-renewable resources take millions of years to form. Some of the renewable resources are solar energy, wind energy, water energy, geothermal energy, biomass energy of tides, etc. We must conserve the natural resources. New words. Natural resources, things obtained from nature. Fossil fuels, fuel formed from remains of plants and animals. Ubiquitous resources, resources found everywhere. Localized resources, resource found in a particular area. Biotic resource, resource obtained from living materials. Renewable resource, resources that can be replenished easily. Non-renewable resource, resource that cannot be replenished in a short span of time. Biomass, energy from plants. Geothermal, energy from inside the earth.